Why hello there, been a while hasn't it? My name is Difficulty, and today I would like to talk about a childhood memory. If you grew up poor, like me, you've probably played Minecraft ripoffs because you couldn't afford the real Minecraft. I'll be honest with you, most of these ripoffs are either hot garbage or just older, retextured Minecraft versions, but there was treasure inside this junkyard, and that treasure was hide-and-seek minigame. Hide-and-seek minigame and its derivatives were developed by Finger Legend, a Chinese studio set in Beijing that refuses to work on the game due to unknown reasons and instead work on their other passion project, Sword.io, a game literally no one asked for. Anyways, hide-and-seek minigame has a special place in my heart. I've met lots of people that I'll never meet ever again. A lot of them were very cool, I'll be honest, and I've made tons of, mostly mediocre, but sometimes cool things in the game. Anyways, with that out of the way, here is my entire hide-and-seek minigame game review. Let's get started. There are 13 modes in this entire game, 2 of which aren't minigames, 6 or 4 if we're talking about actual minigames, of which utilize custom maps. I mean, technically all of them use custom maps, but I'm talking about modes. They use custom maps in game and not just as a lobby. 2 of which use map generation, 4 of which came from the game's derivatives, 2 of which capitalize on gaming trends that are now dead, and 4 of which are truly PvP. Let's start from the top of the mode selection, starting with Among Imposters. It's basically Among Us but with only one map. It's unique in some ways, such as having a proper task and emergency meeting system, having a large map, and being the first and only mode to have voice chat. This mode really serves one purpose, and it's trend writing, just like with Pixel Gun 3D and the red light green light game mode. Among Imposters is just another game mode capitalizing on a dead trend. It requires 6 players to play, and maxes out at 16 players, and the game ends when the imposter or the crewmates fix the ship, or the imposter gets ejected. Moving down the menu, Hide and Seek is a game mode where hiders have to hide as blocks from the seekers. They can choose any block they want, so long as they have some spare coins, whereas the seekers have to hunt down the suspiciously moving blocks. It is the oldest game mode in the game, if you couldn't tell, obviously. I mean, look at what hide and seek minigame used to be 10 years ago. Oh my god, that is so old. Hide and Seek has the largest map count, having a whopping 32 maps in total, 25 of which exceed the custom map size limit. The largest one, horizontally speaking of course, being Luxury Cruise, a one-to-one Minecraft recreation of the Titanic. There are 2 game modes for hide and seek, Classic and Survival. The only difference they make is when the hider dies, where the former turns them into a seeker and the latter just puts them into spectator mode. The mode requires 2 players, maxes out at 24, and matches last between 15 to 30 minutes depending on how you adjust the match time. The game ends when the time is over, or when all seekers leave, leading to hiders winning, or when all the hiders are dead, leading to seekers winning. Battle Royale is a rehashed, horrid, Minecraftified copy of PUBG. You start with no guns, meaning you'll have to find them yourself, shoot people, be the last one standing, all while avoiding pollution areas, at least in the first third. In the rest of the 2/3, you have to fight in a safe area, since all locations become polluted extremely quickly in this game mode. And in some instances, players will be crammed into a tight space. This mode is in dire need of change. Starting with the map, there needs to be more than just one map to add variety. Next up is the map menu, which is horrifically inaccurate to the map, and is the only way to finding pollution areas. Speaking of which, pollution areas need to be visible in the game world. I don't need to check my horrifically inaccurate map every now and then to see whether I'm heading to one of the pollution areas or not. The mode requires 2 players, which is too little for a game mode like Battle Royale. It needs to be 6 players minimum, just like Among Imposters. Anyways, the mode maxes out at 24 players, and matches typically last 30 minutes. The game ends if you're the last one standing, or when time runs out. Going down, we'll skip Snowball Fight for later, you'll see why. Roleplay is Roleplay. It used to be called Homes, but it has changed to Roleplay. It has its own tabs, and you can play without rounds. I Yes, Bedwars is a defensive PvP type of game mode that was popular among many Minecraft servers. In this mode, you have to defend your bed from enemies. You have to buy resources using gold, iron, diamond, and emerald, or crystals. I mean, the terminology that hide and seek minigame uses is just a bit different, but anyways, there are 6 modes for Bedwars: solo, duo, trio, 4v4, 5v5, and 6v6, all of which requiring 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12 players respectively. Just like how there are 6 modes, there are 6 maps: sea, which is suitable for 2 teams, Christmas and mushrooms, which are suitable for 4 teams, desert for 6 teams, glacier for 8 teams, and dust island, the largest and most used map, for 12 teams. Here's this map chart I made for the recommended player amount for this game mode. This is to me personally a well done game mode. It plays like Bedwars. It may be clunky for sure, but it's good. They cooked with this one. Why did I put that in the script? Anyways, I recommend playing 2v2 because it's a sweet spot for Bedwars. I also recommend playing 1v1 if you want a bit of challenge. 3v3 and 4v4 are a bit too much, but are welcome. 5v5 and 6v6 aren't recommended because they require a lot of players. And if you're not playing on sea, mushroom, or Christmas, they will leave areas of the maps empty. The game mode maxes out at 24 players as per usual, which is a bummer for 3v3 onwards. The match time can be edited from 25 to 35 minutes, and the game ends if the last team standing wins or time runs out. Murder Mystery is a mode where you have to survive as an innocent, hunt down the murderer as a detective, or commit mass murder Nicholas Cruz style as a murderer. If the detective dies or leaves, instead of dropping the bow and making it essentially a booby trap, the detective role gets passed on to a random player, which is a great change in my opinion compared to what Roblox's Murder Mystery 2 has done. The 2 default maps are the school and the library. Guess which one exceeds the map limit. They thankfully don't get too extreme with the map sizes, unlike hide and seek, the mode not the game. By the way, this mode also has support for custom maps. Custom maps have kept this mode alive for as long as hide and seek the game was still alive. Some of them were high effort, most of them were low effort. Why? Because kids play the game. I don't fucking know. The mode maxes out at... you get the point. The match time can be edited from 15 to 25 minutes. The game ends if all innocents are killed, the murderer is killed, or when time is up. Moving down we have Parkour. Ugh. If I could describe this mode, it would be roleplay masquerading as an actual game mode. It's useless, that's all I have to say. Very hot take, I know, it's useless. I'm sorry. Maze Runner as well. A maze. You run into it. Your objective is to find the banner. Whoever finds the banner wins. This mode can be easily exploited by screwing around with the player's skill settings. I do have a feeling that this is a procedurally generated maze, because I don't see the map file in the OBB file anywhere. The match time can be edited from 10 to 20 minutes. Next up is Cops and Criminals. Remember when I said I had to skip Snowball Fight because they're both essentially the same modes, except that Snowball Fight is a heavily cut down version of Cops and Crims, and instead of fighting with guns you fight with snowballs. Cops and Crims is the only game mode that utilizes the gun inventory system. Some guns, some of them are overpowered mind you, are locked behind a VIP paywall, essentially making the game kind of pay to win, but you still have to buy them using coins. There are 3 game modes in Cops and Crims. Team Deathmatch, where whichever team has the most points before time runs out wins. Team Survival, which plays like Counter-Strike. In other words, whichever team is still standing wins. And Capture the Flag, where you capture the opposite team flag to win. There are 3 maps, all of which are based on actual Counter-Strike maps, and all of which exceed the custom map limit. Oh yeah, did I mention that the mode has custom map support? Yeah, I forgot to mention that in the script. The mode maxes out at 10 players, and requires at least 2 players. I only recommend 6 for 3v3, 8 for 4v4, or 10 for 5v5. Next up is one of my favorite game modes, Build Battle. In this mode, you have to build something based on the theme of the round. You have to put effort into what you build, otherwise, no one's gonna like your build. The rating system has 5 levels: Super Poop, Poop, Okay, Epic, and Legendary. And knowing the game, some annoying asshole out there is gonna choose Poop. You know who you are, buddy. It basically plays like the Hive's Build Battle. Build sessions last between 15 to 30 minutes depending on the set match time. 20 is ideal in my opinion. Despite being broken, limited, and easily exploitable, I have many fond memories of it. Some not too fond, such as when people make things irrelevant to the theme of the round. If you're one of those people who do this, I fucking hate you, and I hope you die. Block Body is another game mode that I had fond memories of. Basically, the game selects a color you need to stand on, in a randomly generated floor in the arena. The longer the match goes on, the faster the game goes. The game ends if you're the last one who survived. And lastly, TNT Run. TNT Run is basically Spleef. Need I say more? There are two maps, Tower and Boomerang. Tower is smaller, whereas Boomerang is almost double Tower's size. Almost all game modes require a home, because there needs to be a map to entertain players before starting the match. If the small house the game gives you when you start playing the game wasn't enough, hide and seek minigame actually lets you make your own maps, either as a lobby or as an actual game map. The latter is only exclusive to 4 modes: hide and seek, snowball fight, murder mystery, and cops and crims. The maximum map size limit is 94 by 94. You can exceed this map limit if you Each map, after version 7, contains 2 files, data.binary and map.meta. The data file stores the spawn position, the blocks, and possibly the map time, whereas the map.meta file stores the image file and other miscellaneous map details. Before, the map icon could be replaced by modifying the icon.jpg file, but now it is almost impossible due to the introduction of the map.meta file, replacing the icon image. Hide and seek minigame has many blocks from Minecraft, but also has its own unique blocks. The Minecraft portion of the blocks has blocks that have been introduced to Minecraft as recently as 2014. Holy shit. I'm not gonna talk about these blocks because you already know them. What I wanna talk about are wiring and furniture blocks, starting with region controller. It's a block that hides a region of blocks when activated. Laser block. When activated, it will emit a laser beam, which will fucking kill you. Reset button. A fancy way of saying it's a button. Repeat button. It's like the redstone repeater without the redstone. Lever. It's a lever. Electric station. It's a generator like the redstone block. Red and blue wire blocks. They're redstone, but you can place them above and below without needing additional blocks. They're red and blue because separation, I guess. Door guard block, a way to keep your horny Alex shrine safe from people's views. Just make sure no one knows the passcode. Wooden and stone pressure plates. Step on them to activate wiring magic. Weighted pressure plates, they have no special effects. LOL. Spring, you can jump high with it. Bark pinch, it's a chair. Grand chair, it's a chair. Blue chair, it's a chair. Green chair, it's a good god, how many fucking chairs are there? Desk, it's a desk. Table, it's a table. Computer, it doesn't work. Counter, you can't store anything in it, so it's useless. Cabinet, same as the counter. Grill, you can grill things with it, I guess. Barrel, same as the cabinet and the counter. Sink, let that sink in, please. Printer, wins the award for the most broken texture ever made. Commode. Bed, totally nothing freaky to say here. Trust me, bro. Honorable mentions. Sign, you can write freaky shit on it. Piston, it's useless. Water, floaty. Lava, floaty, and now deadly. Ladder, it's a ladder. Doors, they come in oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark oak, iron trapdoor, and iron trapdoor flavors. You can choose between day, night, or both. You also have the banners, which are exclusive to Cops and Crims and Snowball Fight. You can upload your maps to the workshop, which we will get into later. You can also delete your world in case A, you get lots of cringe from it, or B, because why not? You cannot delete it if it's on sale, by the way. You can make your own furniture to place on your world, and either sell it to the market or keep it to yourself. Items and skins are a double-edged sword. On one hand, they're a solid feature, one of my favorites in fact. Despite the fact, however, the items that use this feature require a VIP subscription, which you cannot buy if you're on Android because the app is unlisted on the Google Play Store. Besides, you can create anything your heart desires. On the other hand, you can create anything your heart desires, meaning you can make items or skins based on a certain German army or dildo. You can customize and or make skins, weapons, helmets, and only helmets for some reason because Thinger Legend couldn't be bothered to add full custom armor support, mounted animals, particles, capes, and banners. One feature Hide and Seek minigame did right was offline mode. Unlike offline mode in, say, Pixel Gun 3D, you can modify your skins, maps, and everything else without relying on an internet connection, since all of it is stored locally. The Workshop is a brand new hide-and-seek minigame feature, added in 7.0 I think. In the Workshop, you can sell maps, models, skins, furniture, capes, helmets, and weapons. Now, half of the creations are actually pretty peak, if not really peak, but still pretty peak compared to whatever's on there. Speaking of, the other half is, wieners! Wieners everywhere! Yeah, sure, none of it would matter If it wasn't on a game for kids, that is. In conclusion, this game had a lot of potential, but unfortunately got ruined by the multiple Diddy parties and Hunter. Ugh, I have a gripe with Hunter, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, this game needs to die. I mean, it is already dying. The servers are crashing, so yeah. I'm gonna forever remember this game, and I'll miss it for sure. See you later.